In Nigeria, power does not always announce itself with noise. Sometimes, it arrives quietly, in the form of a mind too sharp to ignore, a voice too clear to silence. This is the story of George Yemi Iwilade, known to many simply as Afrika. Afrika was not known merely for presence. He was known for intelligence, a thinker, a strategist, a man who understood people and the systems that shaped them. In a country where influence often comes from wealth or force, Afrika's power came from clarity of thought. He spoke, and people listened. He planned, and outcomes followed. Not because he demanded loyalty, but because he inspired it. Afrika's influence grew among youths and intellectual spaces. He represented something dangerous to the status quo, a young African who could think independently, organize effectively, and command respect. Influence, in Nigeria, is never neutral. To some, Afrika was a leader. To others, he was a problem. Because when a man understands power, those who benefit from disorder begin to feel exposed. Nigeria has never been kind to minds that refuse control. History tells us this again and again. Afrika existed at the intersection of intelligence and influence, a place that attracts admiration and enemies. The more his voice traveled, the more resistance followed. Not from the streets, but from the shadows. Afrika did not fall because he was weak. He fell because he was feared. His murder was not random. It was the outcome of rivalry, betrayal, and a system uncomfortable with young African minds that could not be controlled. In killing the man, they hoped to bury the ideas. They failed. Afrika's story did not end with his death. In Nigeria, we remember. We whisper names. We pass stories forward. Today, Afrika lives on, not as a myth, but as a warning, and as a lesson, that intelligence is powerful, that influence is dangerous, and that in Afrika, the future often belongs to those brave enough to think differently.